Concurrent flow limits on one acceleration appliance has a severe impact on the cost and complexity of the network. Other vendors' high-end appliances can only accelerate 50,000 TCP flows, while Silver Peak's NX8600 can accelerate 256,000 TCP or UDP flows. This is especially important in larger mesh networks. This is a very quick demonstration of Silver Peak appliances accelerating over 250,000 flows. So the first step is to transfer a file across the network without appliances in place so that we can get a baseline number. So we'll measure this using wget. So we'll transfer a 30 megabyte file, and this will provide the time for the transfer, which is and also the throughput. So this is a 30 megabyte file, and there's some loss and latency in the network. And so you can see by the number on the right hand side that this took 51 seconds. So the next step is to do the same transfer with Silver Peak appliances in place. So using the appliance web user interface, I will take the system out of bypass, essentially putting them in the network. So now that the appliances are back in the network, then we have essentially this picture, and we'll do the transfer one more time. So this is an FTP of the same file. So this transfer took just over 3 seconds. So the next step is to add traffic generators and generate 250,000 flows. And then we'll do the same transfer one more time and measure the length of time for the 250,000th plus one flow. So I've turned on the traffic generators, and we can see the flows beginning to ramp up. At this point, we're at about 50,000 flows. We're monitoring this using the appliance web user interface, which has real-time charts, so that we could monitor not only the flow counts, but the bandwidth, loss, latency, out-of-order packets, a number of other parameters. This is a very valuable feature. So this is approaching 200,000 flows at this point. I'll let this ramp on up to 250,000 flows, and then we'll repeat the same transfer. So we've ramped up to 250,000 flows. So I'll now transfer the file one more time, showing that it is accelerated in addition to these flows. Okay, I'll use the same wget routine. And so, as you remember, our baseline number was 51 seconds. So this transfer took 5 seconds. So it is, in fact, still accelerated, even though there's 250,000 flows still going through the network. So just a quick wrap up. The FTP through the network without Silver Peak took 51 seconds. The transfer with Silver Peaks in place took less than 8 seconds. It took about 3 seconds. We then ramped up to 250,000 flows, and then we did the transfer one more time as the 250,000th plus one flow, and it took, once again, less than 8 seconds. It took 5 seconds, as you recall. Thanks for your time.